What if we're just all, what if we're all just lost and confused and terrified? All of us, every single one of us. What if we've been disconnected for so long from nature and our natures, our true natures, that everything sucks, everything's uncomfortable? What if we could stop hurting and stop hurting each other and stop the slide before we go over the cliff, just by being who we're intended to be, instead of a homogenized simulacra. Swimming in a swamp, trying to swim in a swamp. Nobody wants to destroy their health and their lives and their relationships, but we do because we lack the knowledge. Maybe we could just try forgiveness, tolerance, acceptance, patience, compassion. And instead of competing for resources, we could compete for the most good done, the most energy converted to that which the universe requires of a species, which is to say growth and movement and flow and health and energy, productivity and ease. Maybe we could all just put down our weapons and change the rules of the game to suit reality. And the reality is that we're going to fail if we don't change. And we're so busy trying to decide who's to blame that we're missing opportunities to reverse course. We're missing opportunities to extend an open hand to someone in need and, let them lift themselves up with the strength that we still have by virtue of the advantages that we've had. Because if you're still on your feet and your life isn't a total wreck, you've had some lucky breaks and you made some wise decisions, but you can't make wise decisions if you're broken. You just can't. Because you're broken. And so many of us are broken. I think more of us are broken now than not. And our world reflects that. So what are we going to do? Are we going to accept failure? We're just going to go down like civilizations that have gone down before under the weight of their own hubris? I think that would be a shame. Maybe we could just try kindness instead of blame, shame, censor, greed, hate. It's possible. I know it's possible because, I was 40 something before I realized how much hate there was in the world. Because, I live in the Pacific Northwest, and I just saw what was around me. And I saw people who were just, every place is different, and I was so baffled by the outcry of things that I had never seen. And I think that that we're all experiencing that about something, because wherever we were and however we were raised and whatever we were exposed to and whatever we were taught is our reality. And so then somebody else says, no, it's like this, and we're puzzled. But instead of saying we're puzzled, because you can't do that, we lash out and we deny. Well, that's silly. That's hubris. Whatever somebody says is their experience, that's their experience. And rather than holding other people responsible for our experience and getting nowhere, we could just dig into our own experience and say, okay, how can I make this better? And if we all just tried to make our own experience a little bit better, little by little, enough of us would be misery-free that we could help somebody else, and so on and so on and so on. Wouldn't that be better than beating up on each other like pissed off kids in the back of a station wagon on the way home from vacation? While our parents squabble in the front seat, and the tension builds, and pretty soon we're going to get in a car accident, we're just going the wrong way, we're lost. And it's nobody's fault, and it's everybody's fault. Who cares? Who cares? Let it go. Put it down. Get up. Take a walk. Get off the computer. Online has become a cesspool. And in the real world, there are people who smile and say hi. It doesn't matter what color your skin is. Doesn't matter what color their skin is. They don't care who you sleep with. They don't care what you eat or what you believe. You walk past them, you say hi, they say hi. Get your blood moving. Learn something positive. Learn something helpful. Pass it on if you think it would help. Stop spreading hate and thinking that you're virtuous, because you're not. You're just an asshole. I walk every day, except for the few days that I was down with COVID. Few days, let me say few days, even though it's safe to say I have a fairly nasty immune system from a lifetime of not taking good care of my body. I'm doing better, but still. Anyway, I had it for like 3 or 4 days. I hated it. It was awful. I know somebody made it somewhere. I don't care. Let's move on. Let's stop that shit. We can, we can just decide. I did. I just decided to stop being an asshole. And I'm no stronger or smarter or better than anybody else. I didn't want to die a failure. I didn't want my kids to be ashamed of me. I didn't want to be ashamed of myself. So I stopped being insincere, and I stopped making things worse, And in about 6 months, I could tolerate myself again. Another 6 months after that, I started to kind of like myself. 4 years later, 4.5 years later, I like everybody. I love everybody. I had forgotten that was possible. Even though I was like that as a little kid. And so were you. Don't listen to the hype. Listen to your heart. Believe that you deserve to laugh and cry and feel and care and dance and sing and live. And then just go after it. Just try it. Get offline. Get out of other people's business. We'll sort it all out once our heads are clear. We can't do better from within the mess. We know that. We're just making everything worse. And we don't have any right to do that. Nobody does. Everybody just needs to shut up and get their head clear before they try to tell anybody anything. And by the time your head's clear, you'll know that it's not your damn business. Just do you. Let's try it.